Yo, it's Greewe, and guess what? Khaby Lame, the silent king of TikTok, just got kicked out of America. Let's check this out. Silence can be louder than a million words. If you're here, you already know him, or at least you've seen him. A young man with calm eyes, a tired shrug, and hands that open wide to say, seriously? His name is Khaby Lame, but who was he before he became the king of TikTok's silent comedy? Khaby's story didn't start in some Hollywood mansion or influencer house in LA. He was born in Senegal, a place many people can't even find on a map. He moved to Italy with his family when he was just a child, settling in a small apartment in Chivasso, outside of Turin. They weren't rich, they weren't famous, they were just immigrants chasing the same dream millions chase. A better life, a chance to be seen. When the world shut down during the COVID-19 pandemic, Khaby was working at a factory. Every morning he woke up before the sun, put on his uniform, and hoped that maybe, someday, something better would happen. Then one day, it did, but not the way he expected. Khaby lost his job, the factory shut down. He was stuck at home, jobless, broke, uncertain. He could have given up. Many did. Instead, he picked up his phone. He opened TikTok, and he started making videos. No fancy cameras, no expensive lights, just him, his phone, and his face. He didn't talk, he didn't dance, he didn't do dangerous pranks. He just reacted. He took viral life hack videos, the dumb ones we all laugh at, and showed us how pointless they were, with nothing but a shrug and an exasperated look. And the world noticed, because sometimes silence is universal. By 2021, Khaby was the second most followed person on TikTok. By 2022, he dethroned Charli D'Amelio and became the platform's king. The factory worker with no voice became the voice of millions by staying silent. Brands rushed to his doorstep. Fashion labels, soft drinks, tech companies. Everyone wanted the silent man because he could cross borders. He didn't need translation. Everyone understood him. In a world screaming for attention, Khaby whispered with a smirk, and it worked. But as he climbed higher, the game changed. The parties got bigger, the deals got richer, and Khaby, the humble immigrant kid from Chivasso, started spending more and more time in the United States, the world's biggest influencer playground. He was invited to celebrity events in New York, walked the red carpet in LA. He even appeared in ads broadcast during the Super Bowl. The silent king was unstoppable, or so it seemed, until the silence cracked. They say every fairy tale has a dark turn, and for Khaby, that turn began with a tiny piece of paper, a visa. Every immigrant knows that one piece of paper can decide your fate. For Khaby, it was his visa, a permission slip to exist and work in the land of viral fame and golden brand deals. In early 2025, Khaby's team applied for a special artist visa. It allowed him to film, collab, earn sponsorships, attend shows, meet other creators. On paper, it was routine. Rich influencers do it all the time. But here's the twist. Someone forgot to renew it. Or maybe, someone chose not to. When Khaby arrived in New York in April, he didn't know the clock was already ticking. He appeared at TikTok Creator Summit. He filmed collabs with major YouTubers. He posted stories from luxury hotels in Manhattan. And while the world watched his viral skits, someone else was watching him. His visa quietly expired on May 30th. Officially, you get a grace period, a small window to fix paperwork or fly home. But when you're Khaby Lame, there's no such thing as quiet. One rumor, one tip, one push, and everything explodes. The rumor started on Twitter. An anonymous account posted screenshots. Khaby Lame is living illegally in the US. No proof, no context, just whispers in the dark. But drama is fuel for social media, and the fire caught fast. Enter Bo Ludin. If you haven't heard that name before, you will now. Bo is the 20-year-old political provocateur who calls himself Baron Trump's best friend. He's a MAGA boy wonder, always online, always ready to pick a fight, always chasing the next viral outrage. When Bo saw the Khaby rumor, he saw an opportunity. He went live on Twitch. Thousands watched as he ranted. These global influencers come here, break our laws, take our jobs, and laugh in our faces. ICE should be knocking on his door. He claimed, with no evidence, that Khaby owed taxes, that he was cheating the system, that he was an illegal alien taking American money. And then he dropped the bomb. Don't worry, I tipped them off. ICE knows. Some thought it was a joke. Some thought it was a bluff. But the next day, ICE showed up at Khaby's hotel. The world's biggest TikToker, who made millions smile with a shrug, found himself staring at cold government forms, steel handcuffs, and a plane ticket back to Milan. His team scrambled. Lawyers were called. PR agents wrote statements. But the clock was merciless. When gossip sites caught the scent, it was already too late. Paparazzi photos showed Khaby escorted by plainclothes agents through JFK Airport. He didn't fight. He didn't argue. He just shrugged. One last time for the cameras. The news spread like wildfire. Headlines everywhere. Khaby Lame, deported. TikTok king kicked out. Visa nightmare ends viral reign. Fans panicked. Some called it racism. Some blamed politics. Some said Bo Luden's brag was fake, a stunt for clicks. But ICE confirmed it. Khaby's visa expired. He was out. No appeal, no extension. No more LA collabs. No more red carpets in New York. Just like that, the door. In an instant, the dream life that millions envy cracked wide open. And the silence that made Khaby famous, this time it hurt him. Because when you don't speak, others speak for you. While Khaby flew home to Milan, Bo Loudon tripled his followers. He posted a selfie with the American flag captioned, "One less illegal. You're welcome." He went on podcasts, bragged about how easy it was to own a global star. Some people cheered. Some people threatened him. But Bo didn't care. He loves the spotlight. And this was the biggest stage he'd ever seen. Meanwhile, on TikTok, the hashtags exploded. Hashtag justice for Khaby, hash bring Khaby back, deport Bo instead. Millions of posts, billions of views, endless memes. But memes couldn't change paperwork. Lawyers couldn't change ICE's mind. And Khaby, he posted nothing but one silent video. Him closing a suitcase, looking at the camera, shaking his head. No words, no jokes, just silence. And in that silence, a billion questions echoed. Who messed up his visa? Did someone sabotage him? Was Bo telling the truth? Or just clout chasing? Did big brands drop him? Did other influencers betray him? Nobody had clear answers, but everyone had an opinion. And while the drama fed algorithms and headlines, Khaby's future in America vanished overnight. For fans, it was heartbreaking. For trolls, it was a victory. For the internet, it was gold. And for Khaby, it was a lesson he didn't want, and can never unlearn. The world didn't stay silent when Khaby Lame disappeared from American soil. If anything, his forced silence made the noise even louder. For days, hashtags trended worldwide. Big-name influencers, from YouTube pranksters to Instagram beauty queens, rushed to tweet support. Let Khaby stay. This is unfair. He's just making people laugh. Why punish him? Some even promised to boycott brands that cut ties. But behind closed doors, brands were terrified. They love controversy when it sells. But immigration scandals, deportation, politics, that's nuclear. Some sponsors quietly paused deals. Big tech companies didn't want to get dragged into a fight between immigration officers and influencers. Brands hate picking sides. Silence became safer than support. Meanwhile, conspiracy theories spread like wildfire. Twitter sleuths posted evidence that Bo Loudon didn't really tip off ICE, that someone in Khaby's own team did it on purpose. Why? To lower his fee, to reset contracts, to humble the star too fast, too big. Some even claimed rival TikTokers paid hush money to Bo Loudon to say he did it. Is any of this true? Nobody knows. But the internet never needed proof to build a story. Others blame the system itself. Why should a man with over 160 million fans, whose job is literally to make people smile, be forced out over a single paper? Why is it so easy to lose everything when you weren't born in the right place? Immigrant creators spoke out. If it can happen to Khaby, it can happen to any of us. They shared horror stories of visas lost, green cards denied, border agents with too much power. In a way, Khaby's silence started a conversation, one he never even planned. And then there was Bo Loudon, soaking in the spotlight like gasoline on fire. He went from nobody to news cycle hero for a certain crowd, the ones who cheer when doors close for others. He wore a hat that said America First on a podcast, smiling as he called Khaby the symbol of global freeloaders. Every insult earned him more followers, more donors, more drama. But even Bo couldn't control what came next, because Khaby's silence wasn't weakness, it was strategy. While trolls laughed, Khaby's lawyers were already working behind the scenes. His managers talked to immigration specialists in 3 countries. European PR agencies hinted at a big comeback plan that didn't need America at all. Rumors flew. Maybe a global tour. Maybe a Netflix docuseries. Maybe a mega sponsorship that flips the story. Because here's the secret. When the world thinks you're canceled, you're more famous than ever. And fans, real fans, don't forget so easily. Khaby's next post said nothing, but said everything. A black screen, a single sentence. Sometimes silence is the loudest protest. Over 50 million likes in 48 hours. Creators reacted. Fans made tribute videos. Memes turned into virtual billboards. The world whispered, he'll be back. Bigger, louder, on his own terms. So what happens now? Maybe Khaby fixes his papers, flies back, shrugs at immigration like he shrugs at bad life hacks. Maybe he builds his empire in Europe instead, far from America's rules. Maybe this was never about the visa at all, but about power, about who gets to stand on top, and who gets kicked out when they do. One thing is clear, the king of silence isn't gone. He's just quiet for now. And when he comes back, whether on your phone screen or your TV, he won't need to say a word. He'll just look into the camera, shrug, and remind us all why silence can still break the internet. And if you think this can't happen again, think again. In a world obsessed with fame, borders, and power, sometimes the scariest stories aren't found in haunted houses or urban legends. They're hiding in plain sight, behind contracts, behind flags, behind a shrug. So next time you scroll past Khaby Lame's silent reaction, remember, silence is never empty. It's a scream that nobody can cancel. Stay haunted, stay awake. And if you want more real stories they don't want you to hear, you know what to do. Subscribe, share, and never stop asking, who's next?